The animal kingdom is magnificent on its own, but Indonesia takes it to another level. It is home to creatures so unusual that they seem as if they came from another planet. From a predator equipped with venom glands in its lower jaw, to a pig with an almost unbelievable appearance, and even one of the strangest monkeys on Earth. These are just a few of the most exotic animals found throughout this vast archipelago nation, which is made up of more than 17,000 islands. The Wilson's bird of paradise is one of the most remarkable creatures found in Indonesia's tropical rainforests. Small in size but extraordinary in appearance, it belongs to the bird of paradise family, a group renowned for displaying some of the most spectacular plumage on the planet. It lives exclusively on a few islands within Indonesia's West Papua province, particularly Waigeo and Batanta Islands, located in the Raja Ampat archipelago. These islands are covered by dense tropical forests where the bird finds food, shelter, and suitable breeding sites. The male is considered a true masterpiece of nature. Its head is especially striking because it features a brilliant turquoise blue patch of bare skin, creating one of the most unique appearances among birds anywhere in the world. Another remarkable feature is its tail. Two curved feathers form elegant spirals that become highly visible during courtship displays. Females, on the other hand, have a much more subdued appearance, dominated by brown tones, a characteristic common among many bird of paradise species. Its breeding behavior is what made this bird famous around the world. During the mating season, males select small display areas on the forest floor and spend days meticulously removing leaves, twigs, and any debris that might interfere with their performance. Once the stage is prepared, one of the most elaborate displays in the animal kingdom begins. The male spreads its wings, highlights the vibrant colors of its body, and performs highly precise movements. Jumps, spins, and carefully choreographed postures are presented before the female in an attempt to demonstrate physical fitness and superior genetics. These dances can last for several minutes and require a great deal of energy. The more synchronized and impressive the performance, the greater the chances of attracting a mate. Our next attraction may be one of the most unusual looking animals you will ever encounter. Meet the Babirusa. Its name roughly translates to deer pig, a reference to its extraordinary appearance, which seems to combine characteristics from several different animals. The species is found primarily on the islands of Sulawesi, Togian, Sula, and Buru, where it inhabits tropical forests, wetlands, and areas near rivers. Despite its sturdy appearance, it is a remarkably agile animal capable of crossing difficult terrain in search of food. Its limited geographic range has made it one of the most iconic mammals of the region. In many locations, its presence is associated with some of the most well-preserved ecosystems. Its most astonishing feature is found in adult males. The upper canine teeth grow upward through the skin of the snout and continue curving toward the forehead, forming structures that seem to defy nature itself. In older individuals, these tusks can reach impressive sizes. The body is supported by relatively long legs and covered with grayish skin and sparse hair, giving it an almost prehistoric appearance. During the day, Babirusas often rest in shaded areas to escape the intense heat. Their diet consists of fallen fruit, leaves, roots, fungi, and small invertebrates found on the forest floor. They frequently visit wet areas to drink water and cool themselves in mud, a behavior that also helps reduce parasites. Unlike many wild pigs, the Babirusa tends to display a less aggressive temperament. It lives alone or in small groups and relies on its highly developed sense of smell to locate resources within the forest. Females usually give birth to only a few offspring at a time and invest significant effort in protecting and raising their young. Now, we are going to meet a monkey that many people might call ugly, but I would say it is simply different. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We release new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and we would love to have you join us. The Proboscis monkey is one of the most fascinating species in Southeast Asia. Its unmistakable appearance has made this primate one of the most recognizable symbols of Indonesia's tropical forests. Found primarily on the island of Borneo, particularly in the Indonesian region known as Kalimantan, it prefers mangrove forests, wetlands, and woodlands that follow river systems. Adult males can develop an enormous pendulous nose that visibly sways as they move through the branches. Researchers believe this feature plays an important role in communication and in attracting females. The larger the nose, the greater the individual's status within the group tends to be. The unusual structure also gives its vocalizations a deeper, more resonant sound. Its diet consists primarily of young leaves, seeds, shoots, and specific fruits found throughout its habitat. Its digestive system is highly specialized, allowing it to process vegetation that would be difficult for many other primates to digest. This adaptation enables the species to take advantage of abundant food resources within its natural environment. Social life occupies a significant portion of these animals' daily routine. They typically form groups led by a dominant male, accompanied by several females and their offspring. Toward the end of the day, many individuals gather near riverbanks, where they spend the night protected from terrestrial predators. Another remarkable ability is their talent for swimming. Thanks to the partial webbing between their fingers and toes, they can cross rivers and waterways with ease, a trait rarely seen among monkeys. In a region characterized by extensive wetlands and flooded forests, this skill has provided a crucial survival advantage for centuries. Finally, we arrive at the most formidable and intimidating animal on our list. You certainly would not want to encounter a Komodo dragon in the wild. The Komodo dragon occupies a unique position among the reptiles of Earth. With its imposing appearance and highly efficient predatory behavior, it represents one of the last surviving giants from an ancient lineage. Its distribution is concentrated on several islands in eastern Indonesia, particularly Komodo, Rinca, Flores, Gili Motang, and Gili Dasami. Within these hot, dry landscapes dominated by savannas and open woodlands, it finds ideal conditions to thrive. An adult can exceed 10 feet in length and weigh more than 150 pounds. Its muscular body is covered with tough scales, while sharp claws assist in capturing prey and digging shelters. The long, forked tongue serves as an extremely sensitive tool for detecting scents across great distances. An opportunistic hunter, it feeds on deer, wild pigs, birds, small mammals, and even carrion found along the way. Its bite combines considerable force with toxic compounds present in its saliva, capable of causing severe bleeding and progressive weakness in its victims. In many cases, the initial attack is followed by a patient pursuit until the prey eventually succumbs. Despite its aggressive reputation, it spends much of its time conserving energy beneath the tropical sun. Younger individuals often remain in trees during their first years of life, avoiding confrontations with larger dragons. Adults establish territories and may engage in impressive displays of strength when competing for food or dominance. Another extraordinary aspect of this species is its reproduction. Under certain circumstances, females can produce offspring without the involvement of a male, a phenomenon known as parthenogenesis. This rare ability, combined with its enormous size and predatory efficiency, makes the Komodo dragon one of the most fascinating and iconic species in all of Indonesia. Small compared to other rhinoceros species, the Sumatran rhinoceros possesses characteristics that trace back to an exceptionally ancient lineage. Today, the few remaining individuals survive in isolated regions of Sumatra and Borneo. They inhabit mountainous rainforests, humid valleys, and areas covered by dense vegetation, locations where they can remain distant from human activity. The fragmentation of these habitats has drastically reduced the population over recent decades. The species is now considered one of the most critically endangered mammals on Earth. Encountering one in the wild has become an extraordinarily rare event. Its appearance differs significantly from the image most people associate with African rhinos. The body is covered with a layer of brownish hair, particularly noticeable in younger individuals. It possesses two horns, with the front horn being larger and more developed. Although it can weigh several hundred pounds, it moves with surprising agility through rugged, muddy terrain. Its diet consists of leaves, shoots, branches, fruits, and tree bark. Much of its time is spent searching for these resources within dense forest vegetation. It also shows a strong preference for muddy wallows, where it covers itself in mud to regulate body temperature and protect its skin from insects. Naturally elusive, it spends most of its adult life alone. Communication occurs through vocalizations, markings left on vegetation, and scent signals distributed throughout its territory. Its low reproductive rate, combined with habitat loss and historical poaching, has made the Sumatran rhinoceros one of the greatest conservation challenges in Indonesia. The most distinctive feature of the helmeted hornbill is the enormous solid structure growing above its bill, known as a casque. Unlike the casques of other hornbill species, this one is not hollow. It is composed of dense, heavy material, effectively turning the bird's head into a natural weapon. Within the humid forests of Borneo and Sumatra, its flight can often be heard before the bird is ever seen. The powerful wing beats create a loud sound that echoes through the forest canopy. Much of its time is spent high above the ground, where it searches for fruit, especially figs, which make up a significant portion of its diet. Occasionally, it also captures small animals, supplementing its nutrition with protein. During the breeding season, males engage in one of the most spectacular behaviors found among birds. High above the forest, two rivals may fly directly toward one another at high speed, colliding violently with their massive casques. The impact produces a sharp cracking sound that carries throughout the forest. These confrontations help establish dominance and secure access to mates. The family life of this species is equally remarkable. When it is time to lay eggs, the female seals herself inside a cavity within a tree. The entrance is almost completely closed, using a mixture of mud, plant material, and droppings, leaving only a narrow opening. Through this gap, the male delivers food every day throughout the incubation period. While the female remains protected inside the tree cavity, the male assumes responsibility for gathering food and defending the territory. This effort can continue for several months. Only when the chicks are sufficiently developed is the barrier broken, allowing the family to return to the outside world. Despite its powerful appearance, the helmeted hornbill faces serious threats. Deforestation continues to reduce the areas suitable for feeding and breeding, placing increasing pressure on the survival of the species. Meet the Sulawesi Tarsier. Small enough to move effortlessly among the thinnest branches, it is best known for its enormous eyes, which are among the largest in the animal kingdom relative to body size. Each eye is so large that it cannot move within its socket, a limitation compensated for by an extraordinary ability. To observe everything around it, this primate can rotate its head through an incredible range of motion, approaching 180 degrees. This adaptation allows it to monitor the forest without moving the rest of its body, an invaluable skill for an animal that depends on remaining unnoticed. During the day, it usually stays hidden within dense vegetation, resting as sunlight slowly filters through the forest canopy. When darkness falls, the true routine of this hunter begins. Unlike many small primates that rely on fruit, the tarsier is a specialized predator. Its quick, precise leaps allow it to capture crickets, grasshoppers, beetles, and other invertebrates moving through the night. In some cases, it can even ambush small vertebrates, taking advantage of its exceptionally keen hearing. Life in the forests of Sulawesi demands constant vigilance. Owls, snakes, and numerous predators pose a continual threat. To escape these dangers, the tarsier relies on its remarkable jumping ability, launching itself with elongated hind legs that function like powerful springs. Within seconds, it disappears among trunks and vines, leaving behind only the distant sounds of the tropical forest. Its fingers possess specialized structures that provide exceptional grip on branches, while its large ears detect sounds that are nearly imperceptible to humans. Every aspect of its anatomy reflects millions of years of evolution, shaping one of the most unusual primates on Earth. On the quiet nights of Sulawesi, these tiny inhabitants continue to play an important role in maintaining ecological balance. By controlling insect populations and occupying a unique position within the food chain, they help preserve the dynamics of the forest. Their presence serves as a reminder that Indonesia is home to species that seem to belong to a separate world, hidden among shadows, leaves, and towering trees. Amid gigantic trees and vegetation that appears endless, this primate lives a quiet existence, observing the world from high within the forest canopy. Its presence is subtle, but its intelligence is impossible to overlook. Over the years, researchers have documented behaviors that challenged many long-held assumptions about animals. The Sumatran orangutan creates and uses tools to obtain food, extract insects from hard-to-reach places, and even protect its hands from thorns. Whenever I study these observations, I feel as though I am witnessing a mind operating in a far more sophisticated way than we imagined just a few decades ago. This is not merely instinct. It involves learning, adaptation, and the transmission of knowledge between individuals. The island of Sumatra contains the last remaining populations of this species, scattered throughout areas of dense tropical rainforest. These habitats are warm, humid, and extraordinarily rich in biodiversity. Most of their lives are spent high above the ground, where they find both food and safety. They rarely descend to the forest floor because life in the trees provides protection from many dangers found below. One fascinating characteristic is their ability to solve complex problems. In experiments conducted by scientists, individuals demonstrated the capacity to understand sequences of actions, identify solutions, and modify strategies when confronted with unexpected obstacles. The childhood of a Sumatran orangutan is among the longest of any mammal. Youngsters remain alongside their mothers for many years, learning nearly everything they need to survive. Mothers teach which fruits are safe to eat, which roots are secure, and how to build nests for sleeping among the branches. These nests are constructed every day. Each afternoon, before sunset, the animal selects sturdy branches and arranges them into a comfortable structure. Within just a few minutes, a suspended bed appears dozens of feet above the forest floor. There is planning, there is decision-making, and there is accumulated experience behind every nest. Its diet varies throughout the year. Fruit makes up the majority of its nutrition, but it also consumes leaves, bark, flowers, and small invertebrates. Because tropical forests experience cycles of abundance and scarcity, these primates have developed an extraordinary ability to adapt. During difficult periods, they can exploit alternative food sources that many other animals might overlook. Adult males possess a particularly striking appearance. Some develop large cheek pads that make them look even more imposing. When they produce their long calls through the forest, the sound can travel considerable distances. This serves as an effective form of communication in an environment where dense vegetation limits visibility. The King Cobra is among the most impressive reptiles found in the forests of Southeast Asia, including parts of Indonesia. Its imposing size and cautious behavior make it a respected presence wherever it lives. Capable of exceeding 16 feet in length, this species is considered the longest venomous snake on Earth. Its name is no coincidence. It has the unusual habit of feeding on other snakes, including venomous species. When it senses a threat, it raises a large portion of its body off the ground and expands the skin around its neck, creating an intimidating silhouette. Despite its fearsome reputation, it prefers to avoid confrontation whenever an escape route is available. Much of its time is spent searching for prey in areas covered by dense vegetation. Within the ecosystems it inhabits, the king cobra plays an important role in controlling populations of other snakes. Its presence helps maintain natural balance and highlights the extraordinary diversity of Indonesia's wildlife. Among rivers, mountains, and tropical forests, it remains one of the region's most fascinating creatures. Among towering trees, hanging vines, and dense vegetation lives one of the most elusive animals on Earth, the Anoa. Very few people have ever seen one in the wild. Many researchers who spend their entire careers studying the wildlife of Sulawesi never observe an Anoa for more than a few seconds. Its life unfolds far from human eyes, hidden within a landscape where silence dominates almost everything. The Anoa is considered the smallest species of wild buffalo in the world. While its larger relatives inhabit open grasslands, floodplains, and regions where they can easily be seen from a distance, this small forest dweller has chosen a completely different path. Its compact body allows it to move through narrow trails between shrubs and roots. An adult stands a little over 3 feet tall at the shoulder, yet possesses remarkable strength for its size. The forests of Sulawesi present constant challenges. The terrain changes rapidly, alternating between steep slopes, deep valleys, and areas covered by extremely dense vegetation. Within this complex environment, the Anoa has developed an impressive ability to move efficiently. Despite its sturdy appearance, it can navigate difficult terrain with surprising agility and confidence. Over the past several decades, its population has experienced a troubling decline. Human expansion into natural areas has fragmented many habitats that once formed vast, continuous forests. Roads, agricultural development, and resource extraction have transformed landscapes that remained relatively untouched for thousands of years.